Still talking security, let's also tell you that the frightening security situation across Nigeria topped the agenda at the National Assembly on Wednesday, with the lawmakers shocked over heinous suicide bombing attacks that took place in Gwoza town, Borno State, on Saturday, 29th June 2024. At the Red Chamber, for instance, debates at the plenary were on for several hours, with the lawmakers declaring that the country was on fire because its security system had collapsed. The lawmakers blamed the recent suicide bombings in Gwoza on a failure of intelligence on the part of security forces. These were the sequel to a motion moved by Senator Ali Ndume on a suicide attack in Gwoza by Boko Haram insurgents. Now, joining us on the news to discuss this is a security expert, Melvin Ejeh. He is the Executive Director, Global Peace and Life Rescue Initiative, Gopri. Hello, Melvin. Thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, can you speak to us on how effective the current counterterrorism strategies in Nigeria is, particularly when it comes to dealing with groups like Boko Haram?
It's very clear that our armed forces under the current Chief of Defense Staff, General Principal Musa, and all the service chiefs are doing their best to keep these terrorists out of circulation. And that's why you see this upsurge in some terrorism, guerrilla attacks, and suicide bombing. Anytime you see suicide bombing in activities, especially in security, that should clearly show to you that there is an ongoing war against them. They can't withstand the firepower of the Nigerian military anymore, and that's why they are resorting to that kind of attack on the soft targets. Suicide bombers naturally, except the deployment of technology, which of course we are getting to that level now in Nigeria, because I understand that a lot of equipment have been acquired by the armed forces of Nigeria to deploy to our communities, to deploy to the war front. We begin to get it right in terms of the technology. You are not a magician to begin to know that women who are carrying children behind their backs, women who lead to teenagers who were naturally supposed to attend the wedding will be suicide bombers. Nobody should continue to blame our security agencies instead of working closely with them. The communities have a lot of role to play in safeguarding our communities. The security agencies can't be everywhere. Our institutions should not really put us into more trouble. We must begin to develop local intelligence amongst the community. This suicide bomber left the community, if possible. They are known, or possibly people know them from that location. Or if people don't know them, people would have seen strange faces coming to that community. It is their duty to inform security agencies. Our security agencies are not spirits. They are not magicians. We're not trying to breathe for them, but I think the security of the country has greatly improved. We may not see it because, of course, some of us have made our bias towards the government. We are biased towards the security apparatus. Otherwise, we are winning the war against terror. The Northwest is getting safe. Northeast is getting safe on a daily basis.
All right, Melvin, since we've not gotten to the point where, we're technologically advanced when it comes to security, and you did talk about, the community engaging or, collaborating with security operatives, how then do these, community members, engage in preventing and responding to, terrorist attacks, in such regions that are very, very dicey?
In ideal sense, when you see a strange face in your community, you should be able to identify and report security agencies. In ideal sense, when people walk into your community, you should ask questions. When you are not satisfied, you take them to the appropriate agency. Every community should develop local vigilante. Every community must develop local intelligence to be able to.
But would you agree that in most cases, some of these people who perpetrate these attacks are also community members? So it's difficult to know, considering that what happened, in Borno State, in Gwoza, was a wedding. So when it comes to a wedding, you'd actually, expect people from different parts of the country, different places outside that community. So how then would they have known that this particular lady that, came as a suicide bomber didn't come to celebrate with the people there, but to blow them up?
I think you have gone back to the answer I gave first, where I say we should not continue to blame the security agencies. We must look inward in the community. It is still possible if the community look inward. We can develop some level of intelligence. Each community, people come from wedding. There is a level at which the local vigilante, the joint task force, of the civilian joint task force, can begin to screen, because we are getting to that level where people should begin to ask you questions. Even if you are coming for a guest, there are some movements you have that people should suspect you naturally. But our community are so nonchalant. They believe that security agencies should do everything for them. We should bat people. Security agencies should bat them. Security agencies should clothe them. What are we doing for ourselves? We need this local intelligence in our various communities. We must work together with the security agencies because most of them are strangers. They just come to these communities to do their work. So if we don't give them adequate and timely intelligence, there's no way we can do anything. If visitors are coming from different locations, yes, there is still a way to check them. There is still a way to closely monitor them. Detonating bomb is something that happens in second. But anybody carrying bomb that is trapped in his or her body, there is a specific movement the person will move. You can't just, that confidence will not be there. That person must have some level of suspicion. And like I said, in the whole of that wedding general area, the security agencies there may be less than 10. So they can't really do anything. We need the community to get involved. We need the women to get involved. We need our young people to get involved to be able to secure the community. Then come to Benue. What happened in Ukun local government in Benue State is actually very, 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 very unpatriotic. It's against its governor. Some people just wake up from sleep and want to discredit the government. And we, some of us who are experts in this thing, will not allow it to happen. If people are killed, government is taking action. The governor is not necessarily to carry arms to go and begin to fight people. He has been briefing the security agencies, and I think something is being done. Yes, they may have some issues. The response may be slow. The security agency may be overwhelmed by one challenge or the other. But I think we will surely get there. Going to burn government infrastructure, going to burn people's houses, going to burn the houses, the hotel, and school of the chief of staff to the governor of the state goes to show that it has political coloration. And I think we should begin to discourage such kind of politics squarely. We must begin to speak against them. Our community can grow that way. What concerns protest with burning government infrastructure is the same money of local government that's going to be used to build the local government.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Melvin, for speaking to us on this.
Thank you for having me. Have a nice time.